morning, East Castle Place. How is everybody doing? Well, I hope everybody has their cup of coffee, cup of joe, cup of tea, cup of water with you, and join me in the first sip. Alright, well, welcome to this edition of Coffee with Tyler, but I'm so excited that I have a co-host today in Paige Yance.
Hello.
Paige, as many of you have seen and have seen the memos, seen her on the happy hours, has joined East Castle Place live in person this week, and we're so excited to have Paige. So, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my co-host, Paige Yance, for an introduction. Paige, take it away.
Okay, well thank you, Tyler. Good morning, everyone. My name is Paige Yance, and like Tyler said, I just got here. Today is day 4 by the time you're seeing this. So I originally am from Des Moines, Iowa. I graduated from Luther College in a little town called Decorah, Iowa, up on the northeastern side. I was an accounting and business management double major there, and while there I played volleyball. So I was pretty busy up there. But now I am a part of the Life Care Services team in their professional development program. So what that means is that college graduates or people who have been in the workforce for a little while join this program to work on getting their licensure to become a licensed nursing home administrator, so the same role that Lindsay holds here. That's my goal. That's what I want to get towards, and I will be here at East Castle Place for the next year, working on learning all the ins and outs of healthcare regulation and learning from Tyler what it takes to run a community like East Castle Place here. So I've spent time in a community previously, and am excited to learn everything about East Castle Place and get to know all of you. So I'm excited to be here and glad I can join you on the TV this morning.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Paige. Paige, where will you reside while at East Castle Place here, but also, are you in the Milwaukee area?
Yeah. Well, here on site, I am upstairs next to Mike Brever's office, down the hall. Not really sure what number that is, but right around the corner and across from the salon and the general store. So you can find me up there, pop in, my door is usually open. And then I only live like a couple blocks from here. So I am in the Milwaukee area, so I'm close by. So might see you out on a walk or out and about down Downer Avenue.
And Paige, sports are back, and the residents know I love sports. So, do you have a Brewers shirt? Are we a Brewers fan?
I do have a Brewers shirt.
Right.
I've been to one Brewers game, so I guess that can qualify me as a Brewers fan.
We'll take you.
Yeah.
So yes. So speaking of that, many of you should have seen the announcement. We are doing our tailgate / cookout on Friday. That's for staff and residents. So in talking with directors and welcoming Paige and just to get a sense of that community back, we're going to have a socially distancing tailgate. So we'll have directors available kind of guiding you, but I will be behind the grill grilling up some burgers and I believe hot dogs. So again, that's just a kickoff Brewers tailgate. Brewers start back at Miller Park. I believe we are now 2-3 for the season, so we got to get back on the roll. But you'll see Paige, I'm sure, in a Brewers shirt. I will be in a Brewers shirt. I encourage you to wear your Brewers gear as the Bucks are also playing. So it's going to be a sports-themed day, and maybe I had a little influence on that, but hope to see you out there, and hope you're able to have a burger or a hot dog. Again, socially distancing, remaining safe, but again, come on down, starting around 11 o'clock, between 11 and 1:30, 1 o'clock, so don't feel you have to get down there at 11 o'clock or the food's going to be gone. We'll have food throughout, again, so we can have a full 2 hours so that you can come and go and remain socially distanced. Again, that's for our staff as well, in great appreciation for everything they continue to do for COVID-19. All right, so that's Paige. And again, Paige, I believe you will have completed or will be completing happy hours. How are those going?
They're going well. I've been excited to meet some of you and even some of your furry friends too. I met a couple dogs along the way, so that was great. The drink of the week is a Tom Collins, so get excited for those.
All right. And Paige, do you have pets?
I don't. I used to have pets. I used to have greyhounds, but not right now. I would like a dog, but that's a later problem.
All right, so dogs and furry friends are okay.
Yes.
All right.
I do love them.
All right, well, good. We have many of those furry friends out there. We welcome those pets. All right, now for the fun stuff, or maybe not the fun stuff, but the important items. Not that page wasn't important. We might have to edit that out. But anyways, COVID-19 update. So thank you to you all who participated in the COVID-19 testing last week and the week prior. So we tested many of you in the historic, contemporary, Bradford Terrace 1 and 2, as well as Water Tower 1, so our independent living residents. I am so thrilled to announce and report that all of those tests returned were negative. So again, congratulations to you out there that have taken the precautions, that have managed this whole thing for the last 2, 3, 4 months so well. Your patience, your understanding have proven dividends. Again, now we have a nice baseline. Masks obviously continue to be worn. We have a mask mandate in Milwaukee. Those are the key to remaining healthy, to remaining and mitigating this COVID-19. I think some of you did not receive a memo on Monday, so I had one of your neighbors in my office this morning just saying, hey, didn't see a memo, so I'm going to assume that we're all good. And I was, of course, happy to report that we were. So, moving forward, and again, thank you for your understanding and patience during that whole process. It went very smoothly. A special thank you to Teresa Jenkins, Ashley Drummond, Gretchen Schumacher, and Ashley Heitzman up in the health center for guiding that process for us. Moving forward, we will not be having a repeat testing day at this point. And again, because we have a limited number of tests, we also are seeing that the labs are getting more and more busy with tests. And we also have more regulations coming from the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services on how we have to test on our 4th and 5th floors of Bradford Terrace, as well as the staff that are dealing with that vulnerable population. So I know a couple of you have reached out and said, Tyler, I missed the testing. I'm sorry for that. And again, I would ask you contact your doctor to speak with them if you have questions regarding COVID testing. From what I'm hearing, from what CDC is saying, they are now testing for symptoms and a more symptomatic testing as opposed to just the generalized testing. And again, that's because of the supply and demand of the test. Also, last week we did some additional contact tracing and assisted living. All those test results came back negative. So again, I know the memos have been coming to you pretty fast and furious on a Monday, on a Thursday. Again, hopefully I'll kind of wrap that up in written form on Thursday. But again, currently we're kind of through our testing process for the community at large. All employees have been tested at this point. All test results have returned negative from most recent, so we're very excited about those. Again, the weekly memos will continue for our staff as well as you as residents. Again, the memos, they normally have been distributed at your doors. We are going to start distributing those to your in-house mailboxes. Again, I know many of you go to get your mail on Thursdays or Fridays. I know maybe some of you appreciate the convenience of that being right at your doorstep. But it is pretty labor intensive, and so as we continue to open things up, as we continue to resume some what I'll call normal duties for different staff members, it's just a little bit more efficient way for us. So look for your in-house mailbox as opposed to at your doorstep for those memos, and that'll start today, Thursday. If you want it emailed, of course, happy to email it to you as well. Just shoot me your email address, give your email address to Maureen, and she will get that to you. All right, so that's the COVID testing that we have right now. The COVID-19 next step that you'll see in the weekly memo, I wanted to talk briefly about that. Again, this is where it can get confusing. So we're going to go into our Phase 2A. So Phase 2A, what does that mean? It begins August 4th, August 3rd, so next week. And what will happen is we're going to we're going to allow for the exterior courtyard visits to resume. So beginning August 4th, those exterior courtyard visits with your loved ones will resume. I do have to again urge caution and adherence to wearing face masks, social distancing, taking all those precautions that we took prior to the suspension of exterior courtyard visits, but we need to take those. So again, we will have a staff member out there. Again, those visits will be Monday through Friday. Sign up at the front desk, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. 2 p.m. is the last visit. We have three areas that we're able to do those visits. So again, thank you for your understanding in the suspension of that. I just felt from a community standpoint, wanted to take the extra precaution, the abundance of caution in limiting those exterior courtyards, because again, Milwaukee County's cases did rise. Again, seeing some positive trends downward, although nowhere near where we need to be at that 0 number, of course, which we all shoot for. But again, those will resume. No interior visits with loved ones at this point. Group sizes of 20 or less, August 4th will resume. So again, Lindsay Hall is going to be the main hub of that. But again, some of our committees are going to be able to get back together. Again, socially distancing. And look in your activity packets and your weekly calendars from Laura and the team. And then last but not least, the general store is going to be open August 3rd. So our resident volunteers are excited to get that open. The fridge has been fixed. If you didn't know, the fridge was broken for a little bit. But that will begin August 3rd. We're working on a plexiglass shield. No cash will be exchanged. So we'll take on those bingo tickets if you have them. Otherwise, the volunteers will be told to write down your name and you'll be charged through full count. And you'll see that on the bill at the end of the month. Normal business hours for the general store there. All right. So, and then lastly, from a COVID standpoint, the dining room. So that's in 2B. So phase 2B, which tentative start date, again, this is all very fluid, middle of August, August 18th. So that's when the dining room is going to open. Again, I say that, tentatively, but I also will tell you there's going to be a number of precautions we have to take. You've seen the restaurants outside of East Castle Place take additional precautions. No different here, if not more. So Carlos, our fearless leader in the food and beverage department, is actually going to be holding a meeting here in Lindsay Hall next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Look for that on Touchdown. Look for the sign-up sheet at the front desk. We will also be videotaping that and putting that on Touchdown at various points throughout the weeks leading up to opening up the dining room. Again, we're going to be asking for reservations. We're going to be asking that there's no more than 2 diners dining at a table. The dining room setup, Carlos and the team are working through preparing that. You may have seen some tables being bustled around and some team members working through that. Again, we're working to make sure our dining room is safe for all residents. So again, that's going to be the main dining room here, and then our Bradford Terrace and Water Tower residents are going to be dining in the club room. Again, we want to be able to effectively and efficiently manage these processes. It's going to take your understanding and your patience as well as ours. And so we're going to work together as a team as we have through all of this to be successful. So again, we will still be delivering meals. So again, if you're not comfortable going out of your apartment, by all means, stay there. We'll take care of you still, and we'll work through this. Again, there's no perfect silver bullet solution for how this is going to go. But what I am going to ask is for your patience and understanding as we work through this. Again, that's a teaser. We'll talk more about that in future coffees with Tyler. But next week, Wednesday, join Carlos in Lindsay Hall. And then again, he'll be on the TV walking through the various steps that we'll expect from you and then that you can expect from us. All right, that's a lot to take on.
It is.
Paige, you got it all?
I got it all.
All right, good, because I don't.
We'll see. Check in on day 5.
Check in on day 5. There you go. So, segue into just excited for Paige to be here. I know I've said that many times, but Paige, if you couldn't tell, is a go-getter. Finished college in 3.5 years.
Correct.
Double major.
Yep.
So I mean, and I believe you're actually going back to school, right?
Yep.
So you want to talk just a little bit about that?
Yeah, so as a part of my licensure, I found out that for the state of Wisconsin, I have to do some more schooling. Yay. I did eventually want to get my master's. I didn't think it would be this soon, but I'm going to be doing a graduate certificate in long-term care administration. So it'll be a stepping stone towards getting my master's in healthcare admin down the road.
Fantastic. I was on the 5-year plan.
That's
Although part of it was a full year-long internship.
You're still here.
I'm still here, right?
Yeah.
So, but Paige is going to be taking on various roles throughout the community, leading various departments and various workload tasks, and taking part in all the fun. Lindsay and I are going to be her main points of contact. Obviously, as she said, the main goal for her to become a licensed nursing home administrator for LCS. And again, you'll see Paige obviously at the cookout,
Yep.
walking around the community. Stop in, say hi. She's here to help.
Yep.
So although she's only day 4 now,
Yep.
as you're viewing this,
Uh-huh.
she has heard a little bit of East Castle Place prior to. She was on a lot of conference calls and
Yep.
things of that nature.
I'll try and answer any questions you may have, and if I don't know them,
There we go.
this gentleman should.
She'll find, and if I don't know, we'll make something up.
Yeah.
And no, I'm just kidding. We'll find those answers. So, no, just excited for Paige to be here for the full year.
Yes.
So, next big update, the more immediate. So the carpet that many of you have probably walked over might be becoming an old hat. Again, there was a bleach spill. If you would know how much bleach has been used over the course of time, I've spilled bleach in my own house, and to think that this is the one time that we've had a little bit of a bleach spill is incredible for our housekeeping team. Kudos to the housekeeping team. Nonetheless, we are going to rip that carpeting up. So we're taking a section. Essentially, this is happening on Friday. Unfortunately, there's some floor leveler in there. That is a solution that will get ripped up, and then it needs some dry time when it gets laid back down. Eric Peterson is going to be sending out memos. But essentially, elevator D on the ground floor, so walking past Lindsay Hall where we are right now, is going to be shut. So you could take elevator D across to elevator C and down to get to the front desk, or take elevator D down to the basement, walk through, and then come up elevator C to the front desk. It's just going to be shut down. That area is going to be shut down for 6 hours. So from 6 a.m. till noon. And so I know we have the courtyard that maybe we can route traffic through. That will help. But you'll see a memo and you'll see signs. And again, just ask for your understanding as this just needs replaced. It's a short-term issue. Elevator D will be fully operational. It's just when you get to the ground floor in elevator D and walking past Lindsay Hall, you'll have to try to navigate another area. So again, that's this Friday. I appreciate your understanding in that as we fix the carpeting. And then lastly, for this edition is voting. So as many of you know, it's an election year. Many of you have asked about voting and how can we do it. And again, I've seen the news and we're all trying to figure out how to do it safely. Voting is important, I believe. It's one of our rights as citizens. And again, I feel that it's important for you all to take part in that. So Laura Wengler, Gary Aubrey, as well as a couple of Laura's other individuals in her department, Cooper and Scott, are coming up with a plan to make sure that you can early vote, absentee vote, and make sure that your voice is heard. As the polls right now, I think are still a little bit in flux, and I think early registration, early voting, absentee voting are all very important. So look for details. Laura has a plan in place, and we'll maybe tapping a few of you on the shoulders that may want to volunteer to assist your fellow neighbors in how that process is going to happen. But again, look for those details. I don't have those specific details. Laura will be providing that. If you have questions regarding voting, or hey, I think I have a really good handle on voting and what I can do to assist, let Laura know. We're always looking for those volunteers. We'll probably set something up in Lindsay Hall so that you're able to, again, safely take care of that and take care of voting. So again, November 4th, is it? Yeah, I believe
Maybe.
November 4th is usually election day. And again, I know the other piece that is forthcoming is the Democratic National Convention that's hosted here in Milwaukee. Again, many of you have probably been watching the news and what that looks like. It's looking a lot different than what it had initially planned, obviously last year with over 50,000 being here in Milwaukee. We were very excited for that. It appears that the delegate for the Democratic chair will still be here in Milwaukee at the Wisconsin Center as opposed to the Pfizer. It's looking like a lot more virtual, but again, there's probably going to be some traffic, I anticipate, that week. So again, as we know more and how it may affect us at East Castle Place, I don't anticipate it to affect us nearly as much as I did last year when we were preparing for that. But nonetheless, it's still exciting for Milwaukee to be able to host a great convention and see where that all plays out. So that's what we have. Paige, do we have anything else? I don't think we do. I don't know. Do you have anything else to share?
Remember to wear your mask to the cookout.
Perfect. Love it. Remember to wear your mask. Remember to social distance. Make those good choices when you are out and about in Milwaukee. As you've seen the cases rise. And again, we're not through this just because we're in a good place. We want to remain in that good place. Yep. And so it takes all of us to do our part, to wear our masks across the community. And so again, great reminder, Paige, wear your mask. Yeah. All right, with that, we'll sign off with a sip. Take care, everyone. Again, if you have questions, concerns, let us know. We're here for you. You know how to get a hold of me. Now you know where Paige is at. Another great resource, and look forward to seeing everybody on Friday at the cookout. So with that, take care. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday.
Bye.